Konami has just announced 3 new support cards for the Cool Toon archetype that was a part of the previous set, Phantom Revenge, if I remember correctly. But also, they have also just announced a brand new Dominus card that a lot of people consider to be the card that will break the meta in 2026. And honestly, I don't know if that really is going to happen, but as far as the new Cool Toon archetype, it's this archetype plus the Hecahans archetype are getting a lot of hype as of late, ever since Phantom Revenge got released, and it's pretty safe to say that those two decks might end up being a part of the upcoming 2026 meta. But we'll just have to wait and see, as there is something literally caught my eye. Okay, sorry guys, sorry guys, I had something caught my eye. Anyway, I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna get straight into it because apparently these 4 cards are going to be insane. So let's get down to it, and we kick things off with Cool Toon Rotary. Give you guys a quick zoom in of the artwork. Looking cool. No pun intended. 1-star Light Cybers Tuner. With a measly 100 attack, 800 defense. And it says that, and it says if this card on the field would be used as synchro material, a tuner in your hand can be used as one of the other materials. Both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: you can reveal this card and one other tuner in your hand. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon a tuner. Second effect reads: if this card is sent to the grave as synchro material, you can activate one of these effects. Place a card from your opponent's grave on the bottom of the deck. Look at your opponent's hand, then you can add a Cool Toon spell or trap from your deck to your hand. Honestly, that's kind of busted. I mean, being able to get hand knowledge over your opponent is kind of busted, especially against decks like Yummy Mitsurugi, Raziel Mitsurugi, Monarch Mitsurugi, Draco Tail, all these different decks that have been a part of the meta since the summer last year. They've all been known to add cards from deck to hand, and so being able to get like a lot of hand knowledge over your opponent is kind of crazy. And also this basically acts as a sort of like a second normal summon, if you will, which is pretty cool. Not much else to say about that. And plus, again, it's a fucking tuner. Again, Rotary is a fucking tuner, so obviously you're gonna go into so many different synchro plays with this card, which you can go into pretty much any like low level synchro that you may have at your disposal, which could be Formula Synchron, Martial Metal Marcher, which even Metal Marcher is pretty busted. Even by 2026 standards, it's still pretty busted. Next up, we've got Cool Toon Crackle, which is a 5-star Dark Thunder Synchro Tuner with 800 attack, 2000 defense, and requires Cool Toon Clip and one or more tuners. Let's see here. Both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads: if this card is synchro summoned, you can look at your opponent's extra deck and banish a card from it until the end phase. Then you can make this card gain attack equal to the banished monsters. Second effect reads, if this synchro summon card is sent to the grave, you can special summon it, then you can look at your opponent's extra deck and banish 2 cards from it until the end phase. This basically gives you access to understand what your opponent... Excuse me. So, sorry about that, guys. This gives you access to have an understanding of what the opponent is trying to do with their opening hand. So if you end up seeing let's say for example, give me 1 second. I'm actually gonna use my Blue Eyes deck that I've been trying to build as a good example. Let's say for example, let's say you banish, I'll say, this guy right here, Crimson Dragon. This is actually a prismatic ulti from Quarter Century Stampede, I believe. Got this from King Fandom, shoutouts to them. But let's say your opponent banishes this card. That means that they know that your hand most likely is going to be at least, and is going to be not just like nothing but cards that will add from deck to hand, like this guy, Sage with Eyes of Blue, which can help you go into her. Maiden of White, then you would go Maiden Effect. You would place this card, True Light, onto your board, and now you're just off to the races from there, and your end board is gonna end up being your end board literally is gonna end up being is gonna end up being Tyrant Dragon plus it's gonna be Tyrant Dragon plus double Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon if you're able to somehow make that possible, which on Master Duel it's very possible. 100% it is very possible. It just depends on how you're able to pull it off. But so if your opponent ends up banishing your Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon, then or sorry, your Crimson Dragon, automatically they'll think that you're playing Stardust, but 9 times out of 10 you're gonna end up playing Blue Eyes. So this card right here is basically Kashtira Fenrir on a 5-star synchro body, which is crazy. And the best part is you actually get to banish up to 3 of their extra deck monsters until the end of the turn, which is kind of crazy. But that brings us to the final card of the Cool Tune support. It is known as Cool Tune Back to Back. Which low key the artwork gives off the vibes of the Live Twin archetype, which is kind of cool. Really cool artwork. Konami has done some crazy bullshit with all these different arts. Really cool. 10-star Dark Fiend Synchro Tuner, 3,200 attack, 0 defense, and requires a tuner and 1 or more synchros. The third effect is a once per turn. The first, a twice per turn. Let's see here. First effect reads: the levels of monsters your opponent controls are increased by 2. Excuse me. Second effect reads: your tuners can make a second attack during each battle phase. Third effect reads: when your opponent activates a monster effect as a quick effect, you can target a tuner in your grave or banishment, except a level 10 monster. Either add it to your hand or special summon it. Then, after this effect resolves, you can synchro summon a monster. So again, this is literally a double synchro summon on a 10-star synchro, which your end boards are going to be just astronomically insane. The fact that you're able to the fact that you're able to further extend your plays during either your turn or your opponent's turn is kind of crazy, because if your opponent activates, like, let's say an effect Veiler, and you know that the effects of that particular synchro are going to get negated, you can go back to back's effect to literal to special summon a tuner, and then go into a synchro using the Veiler targeted monster plus the monster you summoned, and go into a pretty high leveled body, which is not bad. I have to say though, it's kind of interesting that the cool tune archetype is able to just spam the board with a bunch of synchro tuners, kind of like oh my god, what's that one? Oh my god, it's not Drytron, it's something else. The Ursardic archetype, I think it's called. I remember talking about the Ursardic archetype on the channel years ago. I think it's that. I don't remember. But that being said, we now need to talk about the brand new Dominus trap card that has just been announced. And this is going to be one of the most busted cards we had ever seen. It is known as Dominus Spark, which is probably going to be either an ultra rare or a secret rare, or it could just end up being a Starlight rare all on its own. But it is a normal trap, with the effect being a once per turn, and it also says that during the turn your opponent activated a monster effect in the hand or grave, you can activate this card from your hand. Target a monster your opponent controls, banish it. Then, if you have no traps in your grave, they can special summon a monster from their hand. If you activated this card from your hand, you cannot activate the effects of Earth, Water, Fire, and Wind monsters for the rest of this duel. Honestly, that's kind of dumb, considering the fact that we've seen over the last year or so, the last couple years, we've been seeing a lot of new support for literally all of those attributes. So when you think of water, obviously you have to think of sharks. Sharks have gotten so much support over the last couple of years now. With I actually have them here with me. I can actually pull them out of this batch because I'm looking to build sharks. So you think of cards like here we go. Cards like this. Cards like Nash Knight, Chaos Exceeds Nash Knight, obviously number S37 Spider Shark, Shark Drake, Levi's, which even Levi's is just busted on fucking Master Duel. It is super busted. Even also cards like this, Aqua Jet Surface, which is a good one. Obviously the left hand shark, the right hand sharks, Drake Shark, which is pretty busted. Obviously this guy, Hydrojet Shark, which I think I need one more of this one to complete it. Abyss Shark, which is crazy. And then this guy, which I actually got this in a trade from King Fandom not long ago. Prismatic Collector Rare, funny enough. Really beautiful, by the way. Really beautiful. Crystal Shark. Got this in a trade. Shout outs to King fandom. Cutter Shark is another one which you really don't need Cutter Shark in the deck, but whatever. But it is what it is. And also Xyz Poseidon Splash, Virtue Stream, even also Le Virtue Dragon, which is basically Leviathan Dragon, but just different. Yeah, so there's that. When you think of Earths, I think within the last couple years we ended up getting some new Ancient Gear support, new Train support. Fire obviously we got new support for Battling Boxer. Volcanics got new support after so many years. And even also what's the other one? Salad. Even Salad got the Salmongrade archetype got new support. Wind, I think. What was it? Harpy? Did Harpy get new support in the last few years? No. Harpies didn't get new support. I think they got the support years, like 3 years ago. Yeah. So I would say Harpies got new support for within that timeline. So I mean the fact that you can only use this card in dark decks and light decks, like Blue Eyes, and even also decks like DDs, Monarchs. I think Ryziel can also use it. Yummy can also use it. But let's be real, the Yummy archetype and the Ryziel decks are 100% going to be getting hit on the next ban list with Obedient School getting banned. Yummy Surprise getting hit, the Field Spell getting hit, Cupsy getting hit, the Link 1 getting hit. All these cards that I'm talking about are all 100% going to get hit on the ban list. If not, I don't think they're ever going to get hit because they're just so those decks are just too toxic. They're too fucking toxic, which is the reason why I've mostly just been playing Edison at my locals, especially at Bear Cave CCG. Shout outs to them. Shout outs to my guy Billy for the hospitality. There is an Edison tournament taking place this Saturday in Downey, California. I am going, but I don't know who else from a group chat is going. I also don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know. All I know is that if they're gonna go, you can bet your ass I'm gonna be there. So if I do end up going, you guys will find out in a future video, possibly either sometime between tomorrow and this Saturday, which will be the day of the tournament. So you guys will know within those 3 videos, you guys will know if I am gonna go. But with that being said, this card is basically. I wouldn't say that this is a good card, but I wouldn't say it's bad either. I mean, you are able to banish you're able to banish one of your opponent's like best cards. So being able to remove that from the game entirely means that your opponent won't be able to do much with it. Even if they try to bring it back, well, Ghost Bell can just stop it, and that's pretty much it from there. But with that being said, that'll do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.